We usually face this camera.
Oh, okay. So it's like RuPaul's Drag Race, like on the judging. It drives me crazy when they're on the judging panel and they're all looking straight ahead and they're like,
Your beauty is flawless, but your outfits lacked clarity.
well, Rue, I think that she was pretty polished, but I didn't really care. You know, it's like, can you look, kind of at least pretend to look at the person you're talking to?
Oh God, no. It's like sex. You don't look at the person in the eye.
Right, the worst thing you can do is make eye contact.
Hello! Welcome back to What's a Safe Word. I'm Amp.
And I'm Sister Roma.
And today we're going to talk about drag queens, why drag is important, and specifically the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence.
One of my favorite topics.
I'm told you know a thing or two.
Just a thing or two, or 30 years worth of stuff.
So, sister, tell us about yourself.
Well, I am Sister Roma. I'm the most photographed nun in the world, which is something that is 100% made up by me. But if you Google it, I pop up. It just goes to show that you can create your own reality, and if you keep saying it enough and get other people to say it, it becomes true.
I totally agree. I mean, this is the #1 YouTube channel on YouTube.
Exactly. We love our 1 million viewers. Thank you so much, right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I actually joined the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence in 1987. I had met Sister Luscious Lashes, and she introduced me to the sisters, and it literally changed my life.
I love that every sister has just some, not crazy, but they're very ingenious at times with their
They can be very creative. Some of my favorites are Sister Vicious Power Hungry Bitch, which needs no explanation. Sister Dana of Iniquity, Sister Pentecostal, Sister Morally Declined.
Sister Mary Teriyaki.
My full name is Sister There's No Place Like Rome.
Oh.
So it's inspired by the Wizard of Oz and Rome, which is where the Vatican is, where the Pope lives. Sure. I met Luscious Lashes. She threw me in the drag. It was the first time in my life that I'd ever done drag. And before you knew it, I was actually inducted into the order and made fully professed.
Why are drag queens important?
Well, the history of drag goes way beyond Stonewall.
Sure.
Men have been dressing as women and performing as women for centuries, and men have been living as women for centuries. Everybody should be free to express themselves however they feel. And that's one of the greatest things about drag. Drag queens have got the chutzpah and the guts to get out there and say, this is me, this is the way I want to show the world who I am, this is the way I want to entertain, I want to raise hell, I want to be an activist, I want to break down barriers, I want to laugh, I want to have fun. And the reason that we talk about Stonewall is it was drag queens who were fed up with being harassed by the police. They were being forced to pay money to the police for safety, and they were constantly being arrested. There was all these ridiculous rules, and the drag queens finally in New York City were done, completely done. Mm-hmm. And so they started a riot by actually throwing a brick, and that is how the Stonewall, basically the beginning of the gay liberation, that's credited for being the beginning of the gay liberation movement.
It's important that we have drag in the community for that reason. I mean, we're also used to RuPaul's Drag Race and these very fishy queens and, gorgeous looking girls.
Right.
But I think that the sisters do something a little bit different, and I think it's important the way that they do it. I think the best way to explain it is camp and making fun with instead of just making fun at. I think is that a way to put it?
Sure.
So what makes the sisters important in your own mind?
Well, the sisters started basically as was guerrilla theater, actually.
Sure.
In 1979, a group of guys had come from Iowa, had these nuns habits that he told these nuns in this old convent that he was going to do a production of The Sound of Music and ask if he could borrow the nuns' habit. And he never gave them back. Surprise. And he brought them to San Francisco, and one Easter Sunday in 1979, they decided to put them on and just go out and basically fuck with people. So these guys put on these nuns' habits and went out, and people were like, what is happening? Like, what am I looking at? It was so crazy. And they just had a ball with it. And the reaction was so overwhelming that they decided they had to do it again. So they did that a few times, and then they sat down and decided to form an actual group, and they came up with the name of Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. Mm-hmm. And That's how the group was born. Then, around 1982, when HIV and AIDS started to ravage the community, that's when the sisters actually found their focus and their purpose. The sisters were the first group ever to hold a fundraiser for people who were sick and dying from HIV and AIDS. The first group ever to produce a safer sex pamphlet. We are educators, we're spiritual leaders, we're entertainers. We do everything that we can for the community. One of the things that I personally did in 1989 at our 10-year anniversary, how old were you in 1989?
Not born?
You were not even born yet! I love that! And look, here we are. Isn't that amazing? You don't know who's being born right now that could be part of your life, who could...
What is happening right now?
Yeah,
Am I not aware of something?
Isn't that great? We might even have sex later. Somebody could be born right now that you may have sex with in the future.
You heard it here.
Yeah, 1989, before you were born.
Yes.
There was an increase in hate crimes around the Castro and Dolores Park. And I was really pissed off about it. And I realized that as a sister, I had a platform and a voice. And I designed the Stop the Violence campaign, which is a window placard that you might see around in San Francisco with a pink triangle in the middle. It says Stop the Violence, Stop Hate.
Yep.
And it's a way to raise awareness to hate crime, and it keeps people safe. You know, the sisters are kind of brave because we'll boldly go where no one's gone before.
That's an interesting point too, because the sisters are not just about male energies and men dressing up as sisters. They allow a lot of cis females in the group as well.
Oh,
correct?
sure. Oh, yeah, we're open to everybody. We have trans sisters,
Sure.
sisters of all races and colors and religions. We've even had heterosexual sisters.
That's great though, because
Yeah.
it's not about your sexuality or sexual preference that means you can make a difference in the community.
Yes.
It's about wanting to get involved and wanting to make the community a better
It
place.
is. The sisters, really, it is answering a call. They call it
Sure.
a calling in the Catholic religion, and we model a lot of our structure around the actual Catholic nuns. We're not making fun of nuns. We are nuns.
What makes the sisters especially different? What sets the sisters apart in the community?
Well, the thing is that the sisters is a very eclectic group of people, as you can imagine.
I like the
a lot
word.
of strong personalities in that group, but everybody sort of finds the way that they work it best. Today, we have sisters on 4 continents.
Wow.
Yeah, all over the world. It's like frickin' Starbucks. It's so crazy.
So you can see each other from across the street?
Yeah, right. But the thing is that the sisters, everybody who comes into the order brings their own passions, their own talents, and their own interests. Women came in and they're like, we need to talk about breast cancer. And then people came in who are interested in helping gay youth. Everything that you can think of, and the sisters are like, oh my God, we need to help. We need to raise a picket sign and get this to change. We need to get a march going. We have to have a candlelit visual. So that's one of the things that I love most about the sisters is the passion that everybody brings into it. And the fact that it's now a worldwide organization kind of blows my mind.
I think that just goes to show that when there's enough passion and drive and talent, give it a little bit of time and you guys can do just about anything.
That's absolutely right.
Like any guest that we have on, we always ask our audience for some special questions. And today's questions come from Facebook.
Oh.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Andrew asks, how long does it take for you to transform and be so fab?
It takes me about 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Max asks, how did the sisters encourage diversity in their organization?
We want everyone to hear the calling and to answer it. And we are so excited because it has a tradition of being white men. No one can be exclusive of anyone else. It's 2017. It's like to fucking get over yourself and welcome everybody into your arms with love.
Especially at this time. Dax asks, what's something unexpected that being a sister has taught you?
Being a sister teaches you a lot about respecting people's comfort level. The thing that I've learned the most is that I can walk down the street and on this corner I can get the reaction from people like, oh my God, you're fabulous, can I have a photo? You're great, There's all that kind of love and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then the next thing you know, you're walking along and someone screams, faggot, from a car, and you're like,
sure.
But I have not changed from this corner to this corner. So what I've learned is that people's reactions to me say more about them than they do about me.
Spot on.
People's reaction to you doesn't really have as much to do about you as it does about them. So it's best not to take things too personally or to heart because there's a lot of haters out there.
If you have haters, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Randall asks, exactly how difficult is tucking? Does penis size matter? Do you have a guide for tucking for beginners?
That is such a good question. Tucking is a freaking nightmare. Because it's, I'm not trying to brag, but, there's stuff down there and you really want to learn how to tuck, you should go check out Willem.
Oh, Willem, I
Drag
love
Race.
Willem's tutorial.
Willem is an expert tucker, has great advice. Her book, Suck Less, is available on Amazon. I love Willem to death.
Bork asks, does Sister Roma like puppies?
Oh, I do. Expression, self-expression, sexual fetish, it's all good. Like, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And drag and kink are not that different. You're
They
expressing
really
yourself
aren't.
in different ways.
They really aren't. And
Whether
some people,
leather-
for some people, drag is a big kink. I'm available.
Link down below.
DM me.
Kevin asks, how much shade is too much?
Oh, honey. Shade is fine. Now, shade, if it's done properly and cleverly, is fine. If you're being having fun with a girlfriend or a friend, shade is fine. Sometimes it's too hot in here, girl. We need some shade. But the heat's not coming from you. It's fine.
Okay.
That's shade right there.
And the last and most important question of the day, what is your safe word?
Oh! My safe word is jewelry.
Because at the end of the day, you can never have enough jewelry.
Right.
No,
I would
I
have
think
sex
jewelry's
for
good.
jewelry.
Oh, okay.
So that could be, that could be a problem.
Well, thank you so much for being on,
Thank
Roma.
you.
I appreciate you coming on and just having this nice, candid conversation. You're always a pleasure to see and interact with.
Thank you.
But before you go, I want you to tell everyone what you're up to, what you're doing, where to find you online.
Well, I'm on Facebook. You can find me on Sister Roma. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat. So I'm very tuned in to social media. I love social media. I don't think you can have enough fun with it.
Well, thank you again for being on, Roma. If you guys have any questions for her, you know where to find her on social media. If you have any questions about drag or the sisters, leave them down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed this back and forth.
Right.
And we'll see you guys next time on What's a Safe Word. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Yay.
Where are you off to now?
I've been in drag. This is my 4th day in drag. Take it off and go grocery shopping. Seriously, what I need
Hey,
to
drag
do.
queens are people too.
Mango shopping like this, I've done it many times. Like, seeing me walk through Safeword or Trader Joe's like this is not news to anybody. They're like, oh, there she is again. You know?